Good evening, Ms. Shepard.
Me. I'm speaking for Las Cruces Education Advocacy and Awareness.
Okay, Colin, can you put 5 minutes?
So I wanted to speak first on the board retreat that I was able to watch. I had some concerns with that, and my first concern was I was really confused as to why so much time was spent on calendar A when there were 2 proposed calendars after the exchange survey. It really bothered me that you only spent the majority of your time talking about the 8 survey questions instead of talking about the thousands of comments that the community brought in. And I brought that concern up in my emails, in which only 2 board members responded to me, and we had a little bit of a conversation. And it's really too bad that others didn't respond to me, but gotten used to it. So I was very concerned that you spent so little time, mere moments, talking about Calendar B and made it seem like Calendar B was only brought to satisfy those of us that were really wanting another option. And then I wanted to talk about the town hall. There were several people here who supported Calendar B, and one of their chief concerns was that there were no board members here. And they wanted to know why some of you weren't here. And I don't know if you could hear their concerns from home. I hope you could. But some of the things that they brought up were the lack of equity. And I'm sorry, Juan, I'm going to bring up that word. There's a lack of equity with Calendar A. And some of those concerns are the split families who cannot afford to go to court. We brought this up with Calendar A last year. They can't afford to go to court. They can't afford to spend the months waiting and waiting and waiting. And we have the kids who can't go and work for the summer. They brought that up in the thousands of comments that weren't brought up in the board retreat. We have the people who can't spend the time in sports, and unlike what Mr. Viramonte said, the coaches are requiring practice in some of these sports. One of the things that I brought up at the town hall, I asked how many of the Spanish-speaking individuals in our community answered that survey, and I was shocked to get the answer of 85, not 85%, 85 individuals. That's a problem, especially when I keep getting told that our Spanish-speaking individuals are the high-risk individuals that we should be focusing on. You should have been concerned when you heard that answer, and I was on a microphone, so I'm assuming since you were watching at home that you heard that answer. 85 individuals in the town of Las Cruces who speak Spanish as their sole language. That should have been a huge concern for you, that there's a problem there. That survey was not getting to the individuals that it should have been getting to. The other thing that I want to bring up is there's a lack of equity here in this town and in this LCPS for staff being protected. Our staff are not protected, and that's a problem. And that should be a huge concern for you. And this calendar debacle is a problem, and people aren't being heard. And that was obviously when I watched the board retreat that you had pretty much made up your mind for Calendar A without coming to a vote. It was very concerning for those of us that watched your board retreat. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.